I need to tell this story, but I can't tell anyone I know I need to tell this story. I need to get it out of me. It happened when I was in the military, and I did something bad because it was the right thing to do, and it bothers me, but I can't tell people about it. It could get other people in trouble. And myself, I suppose, I was an ER nurse on a military base. There was an accident during training. Yes, it happened all day, every day. But this one, it was a flight incident. Flight incidents are a big deal. People die and multi-million-dollar aircraft are destroyed. This accident was no different. My patient was the pilot, who ejected and lived. Others did not. And the accident was considered my patient's fault. So they bring the guy in. He walked in. He was fine. Racked with survival guilt, sure. And we had to do the whole trauma x-ray thing. But I was the highest-ranking nurse in the ER that day. For that reason, the flight incident documentation was tasked to me. And I was to perform the mandated chain of custody blood draw to test the pilot for drugs or alcohol. The room was somber. There had been deaths today. Deaths of people who were close to each other like brothers. The pilot's entire squadron, all his bosses' bosses were there. They passed through. And a couple sat with him the whole time. I drew his blood. It's a chain of custody, which means every person who touches the vials has to sign who they hand off to at each handoff. It's for legal purposes, to verify that no one tampered or switched out a vial. I don't know why, but I drew excess blood, probably because it was my habit to draw a vial or two extra in case a doctor wanted to add tests so I wouldn't have to stick a patient with a needle twice. I had 2 extra vials. When I gathered my trash up, I put them in my pocket. I don't know why. I usually would have just thrown them away. But I had them, on my person, when the pilot was discharged. His friends and co-workers took him from our site to the nearest bar to get immediately wasted and begin to grieve. I don't know whether or not this is normal or standard operating procedure, or even sanctioned by the military. But whatever, his squadron went and got drunk together as they attempted to pull the pilot from an abyss